Hello everyone! Today is February the 27th, 2022, and it's pruning time. We're out here, we're pruning our fruit trees. All our trees here are planted using the Ellen White Way method or the blueprint method. And it's just one of those tasks that you need to do, that when you have fruit trees, you have orchard, we do have mini orchard here, that once a year you do pruning. You prune your trees. So it's a nice day, but it's still chilly, it's still cold. Pruning is very important. You need to do the pruning around February or March, before all the leaves are out. And it's very important that you do it with the right tool. I have here a pruning tool. And of course you need a ladder and you need help. It's better to have help. And otherwise you'll be doing it all by yourself, and of course it takes a lot of time. Some people just don't do it, especially if the tree is not that big. But when your trees are at least 2 years old, you need to do some pruning, because you want to make sure that your fruit tree grows healthy and strong. So the benefits of pruning fruit trees, first is it stimulates growth, the growth of the fruit tree, the tree. Even if it's not a fruit tree, it's very important to do some pruning, because that's just the way to do it. It helps stimulate growth. Second is it controls the size of the tree. If you want your tree to be only this size, then of course you have to do some cutting or pruning. Especially if they're touching each other, you need to prune. It's good. Third is it improves the quality of your fruits. Of course, that's just the way it is. Fresh start, and it helps stimulate the growth of good quality fruit. Number 4 is it helps improve the strength and overall health of the fruit tree. Number 5 benefit is it improves air circulation within the tree, and it reduces the potential tendency, or it helps reduce potential for diseases. If you prune, it allows sunshine. So if there's a lot of trees, if there's a lot of branches, it blocks the sunshine. Any dark spots, it will not have good air circulation. And if there's a lot of branches, bunch of branches, sunshine cannot penetrate. So you need to thin out, okay? And overall, pruning fruit trees is just beneficial, and it's good. Of course, you will need a cutting tool. You need a ladder, and it's better to have help, because one can hold the ladder and one can cut and hold and then reach out as much as you can, and that's it. It can be fun. It's a family activity. The kids can help pick up branches, make sure that they're safe. And when they do it, just like in our lives, God said that we need to do some pruning. The pruning that we need to do is that we have to assess every day. We have to assess our lives, what needs to be shed off, what needs to be cut back in our lives, habits and that kind of thing. So it's similar to taking care of trees. Trees, they do need a lot of care as well, but once they're established, once they're growing, you don't need much. You don't need to do a lot of things. You do need to check once in a while if they're mowed around. You don't want a lot of tall grass, bushes around it, because that can harbor pests and diseases. The trees are prone to diseases if they are not well kept, the surroundings. So before you prune the trees, make sure that the grass, they're not tall, so it's easy to find the branches. After you cut them, you can pick up and collect. You dump the branches elsewhere. Okay, let's do some pruning. Here is a pear tree. There's a lot of water shoots that needs thinned out, that needs cut. You can see here, this needs to go, this needs to go. All these, when you cut, you need to cut like right here, on the very close to the main branch. You don't want to cut only here. You don't want to leave the stubs sticking out. You need a clean cut. For pears, for pear tree, they like to grow out a lot of shoots, so you need to thin them out so the branches are not crowded. They get really thick, so you need to cut the new water sprouts or new water shoots. That's my husband pruning our fruit trees, pruning the pear tree. Pear tree likes to grow a bunch of water sprouts or water shoots, and you need to thin them out because it can use up a lot of tree energy that's not necessary. You need to cut this off. It's a water sprout. It's a water sprout. Make sure that you cut it really close to the branch, the stub. Make sure that there's no stub. There's a lot of water shoots, water sprouts that needs cut off. As you see there, the pear tree, they like to grow vertical, and there's a lot in the middle, and these need to go. Most of these here need to go. This one here need to go. They need to go. That way it helps the tree have good air circulation and proper sunshine distribution. Otherwise it'll be so dark in the middle and diseases can grow when it's not well ventilated or not properly pruned. Same with apples, but if you don't have time, and if you're short on time and trees are growing back, and at least you need to do your pear trees, because pear trees, it's really important that you trim or you prune them once a year. Very important, because it grows a lot of unwanted branches and it's not good for the tree.
So as you see on these branches, how the branches go, a lot of them go vertical, and we want to try to encourage the branches to go out. So when I'm pruning these branches, there's a little bud that's on the outside part, like this one here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bud there.
It's a terminal.
And I cut it right above that, so hopefully it will grow out of that bud going further out instead of going all the branches close to the trunk of the tree, the main part. Encourage it to go out.
Yeah, you have to snip the terminal, but the top.
So that's what I'm doing here.
The tipping,
there's
you have to.
Of them. There's probably another 200-300 I have to cut on this tree.
And we have more trees to prune. This is just one of those things that you need to do when you have orchard, when you have fruit trees. It's one of those maintenance tasks that you need to do. But once you've done it, the fruit tree will do its thing. The sunshine, the air, the soil, all of those will help the fruit tree to bear good fruits. Are you a little helper?
Yeah.
Good. We have a little helper picking up the branches, because you don't want to leave these branches here on the ground, because they will rot and they can harbor disease, and it's not good for the fruit trees. Pruning trees take time and effort, but we'll just have to think it this way. The family that prunes trees together will enjoy the fruits later. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.